Okay, so I want to review again on solving exponential and logarithmic equations. I know we were having a little trouble with natural log, so I would just want to go through all the processes again, okay? So the first thing is if you have like bases, or you can get like bases, okay? So if we have or are able to get like bases, we want to make sure that we have the same base on both sides of the equation. I can write 9 as 3 to the square. And if there's anything up there with the 9, with the exponent, then you go ahead and keep it. Now this already has a base of 3, so I'm going to keep that exponent. And once we get the bases alike, so our first step is to get like bases. The second step would be to use the exponents to solve. So we're just going to take the exponents and put them equal to each other, and we're going to solve for x. Okay? So in this case, x is 4. Now I know that this number 2 and number 3 look a little different, but I think we can still get the bases alike. We can change 4 to 2 squared, and we can change 8 to 2 to the cube. So if I get this fraction 1/4 and change it to 1 over 2 squared, that's the same thing as 1/4. And you see I still have an exponent on the top, so we want to just keep that exponent. Alright, I'm going to change this 1 over 8 to 1 over 2 to the cube, because 2 cubed is 8. And then I'm going to keep the rest of that exponent. Alright, so once we've got the bases alike, we're going to set the exponents equal. So I'm going to take this, 2 times 2x minus 1, and put it equal to this, 3 times 11 minus x. Alright, so you're going to do your math. 4x minus 2, 33 minus 3x. I'm going to move this 3 over and make it 7x, which means I'm going to move this 2 over and make it 35. So in this case, x is 5. Okay? So steps are get like bases, then use the exponents to solve. Okay? Now, if for some reason you need to bring this bottom number to the top so that you have whole numbers in the base, then you're going to write that 1 over 2 as 2 to the negative 1. Because whenever we bring something from the denominator to the numerator, we're changing the sign of that exponent. Now there is already a 2x out there, so we're going to keep that. I can write 4 as 2 squared, and then I'm going to keep that exponent. Okay, once the bases are alike, put these two things equal to each other and distribute when you can. And then solve. Get negative 4 is negative 8x, so x is a positive 1/2. Okay, so like bases, make sure you can get like bases. Alright, when you can't get like bases, we're going to look at number 4 and 5. When you cannot get like bases, then you need to take either the log of both sides or write it in log form. Alright, now we're not going to do number 5. I'll probably change that. Let's just change it to we'll change that to 2 instead of 2x. Okay? Alright. So if we look at number 4, we're going to write this in exponent form. So remember, or in log form. Exponent form looks like this. You have y equals the base raised to the exponent. And then if we're going to put it in log form, the log has the same base as the exponent form. And then y goes here, and then the exponent is by itself. So we're going to change 9 raised to the 2x equals 12 into this form, log form. So the log with a base 9 of 12, because that's my y equals, is equal to 2x, which is my exponent. Okay? Now, I do want to show you the calculator. So I'm going to pull up a calculator. So I'm going to pull a calculator up, but you need to write this down on your paper. So it says log base 9 of 12 equals 2x. So I have to get out of this program and leave that information to pull up my calculator, okay? Alright, so we're going to bring the calculator up. And remember it said log base 9 of 12 equals 2x. So if you go in your calculator and you hit the math button and you cursor all the way down until you see something that says log base. So it's right there at A, log base. You're going to click that. And remember, we had a base of 9. So I'm going to put a 9 right there in the base. Then I'm going to move over here, and we had a 12 right there. So I'm going to plug a 12 in. Okay. And I need to know what this side of the equation looks like, because remember it said log base 9 of 12 equals 2x. Alright, so I'm going to slide this up so I can hit this enter button. And I get this decimal. Alright, so this is what log base 9 of 12 is. And it was equal to 2x. So I'm just going to say divided by 2. Okay? So this is what we should have. We had log base 9 of 12 equals 2x. We solved this part and got 1.1309, and it kept going. And then we just divided by 2, and we got 0.565. Okay? So this is the value of x, or approximate value of x, in this problem. So let's just see. We wrote, number 1, we wrote it in exponent form, in log form, sorry, in log form. And 2, we used the math function, or math button, on the calculator to find the log base. Alright, and we use the calculator to solve it. Alright, so let's look at another one. And that one I changed. Okay, so just to tell you what it's going to be like when we put it in log form, we're going to have log base 3. This is our y equals. We're going to eliminate that 2, guys. Okay, we're going to have a log with a base 6 of the y, which is 3, and there's my exponent, x minus 1. So we just take that 2 out altogether. Alright, so if we didn't even have anything on that 3, this is what we've got. So we're going to punch in the calculator log base 6 of 3, and then we'll get our answer here, right? And then we're going to add 1 to whatever we get to find x, okay? Alright, so we've got log, go to math, go to log base 6, our y was 3, because remember we didn't have a exponent there. Alright, let me get that out of there. So our log base 6 of 3 gives us this decimal, and remember we said we were going to add 1, because right here in the exponent we had to add 1. Okay, so we get 1.61. Alright, so that is using your calculator when you cannot get the bases alike. Okay, All right, so let's do one more where we can't get the bases alike. Let's write it out first. We have log with the base of 6, y equals of 1500, and our exponent is 2x. Okay, so we're going to go to the calculator. We're going to go to the math function and find log base. Our base was 6. Our y equal was 1500. And we get this decimal. It was equal to 2x, so we're going to divide by 2. And we get 2.04. So this will give us 2.04. Okay? All right. So that's when you can't get the basis of like. So this is the first part of the video. I'm going to stop this video and then we'll talk about when you have these problems written in log form and then what do you do about those, common log and natural log.